So it's the big show. I thought it was Barbershop Talk.
It's Barbershop Talk on the Big Show.
On the Big Show.
Barbershop Talk on the Big Show. This is Barbershop Talk on the Big Show. We got the Bill Realty. We got Weekly. We got Jerry, Fubi, DB, Dantana, AJ in the building. We finna have Barbershop Talk. So check us out. We are here with the Bay. Fubi in the building.
Right. Sponsored by the Bill Realty Group.
Sponsored by the Realty Group. Don't forget that. There he is right there. There he is right there.
The Bill Realty Group, the largest real estate firm in the state of Nevada.
Tell them again.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
That's it.
Hey, they better believe it. They ain't gotta believe it. Look it up.
Okay. There it is. Bring me home, baby. I'm depending on you. So we got 3035. Give me one of them. Do something. Nah, you ain't come through for it. You let me down. It is. Let me help now. I had faith in it. 1 8. Alright. 0 8 5. Alright, well, let's see it is right here. There it is. I'm back in this one. There it is. 10, 10. You got to pull down. Get all of it. You don't need it. You want to hit it with it? Hit it like that. What is that? Boy, I love this. God damn, look at that. I was coming out. You see I'm setting the deuces out? I put it out there. Wow. I was like, get on this. I'm coming for you right now.
I told you just look that ticket back. I said,
it came with the right one. I set up the deuces on purpose. So you would, I was going. You told them on. Coming out. That's right. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I can't see nothing.
he introduced this game. Who won this game? Look how they doing this. This is what
he
got 2 against 3. Checkmate. Hello, AJ. Checkmate. No, not checkmate. I'm almost don't act like this, man. Don't act like that, man. You got a pawn out there. Nigga want balls. Put the pawn in the way, AJ. Put the pawn in the way. So you're a Taylor nigga. I'm a mama. No. You don't know what I'm talking about.
It sounded good, huh?
Because I think if you put his pawn in the way, he only got 2 against 3. Right?
Man, they got me concentrating.
Yeah. That's how we gonna learn.
How you get out of this?
How you get out of it?
Right.
Jerry. He's scared to
the
boat. Shit real. AJ got him, but JJ got a thing out of boxing in.
So the Raiders and the Cowboys play tonight. It's Raider Nation this way.
I see it.
You know what I'm saying? It's going down major. You know what I'm saying? We're going to whoop on them Cowboys tonight. That's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? This Cowboy right here. See what the Cowboys do? They talk a lot of shit. And they're going to get their ass whooped tonight by us Raiders.
Nigga talking about preseason.
Preseason,
Watch when I get started, I need a couple more drinks.
It's football. It is football.
Hey Jay, come on, man, make the move, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Don't call it off. Come on, this shit don't take this long.
It's for bragging
Damn,
rights.
niggas moving around like shit. Shit,
You
you
don't know.
got
It's
joke
for
on.
bragging rights.
Somebody that'll whoop out something. Which one that'll whoop out shit? Oh. Take the phone. Jerry can't take that and then get whooped out. He can't take it. I know it. You see what I'm saying? Oh. 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 Man, what's this? You got me sweating. Damn, this shit that good?
show is
Hell
on.
yeah.
The
Let's
show
go.
is
Up
on.
here. Hey, yeah.
The show on.
Oh, the show is
The
on.
show is on.
Oh, shit got
What's
real.
on?
That is shit.
I'm waiting on the topic.
Wait a minute, y'all teach us what happened.
Why y'all do that?
You just gave it up.
Why y'all do that?
He pushed the pawn too fast. I pushed the pawn too fast. But the problem was, if you can't, like, he's in a drawn position. If I can't make the pawn grow up, it don't do any good. And that's grow up.
So Jerry kept dodging you.
We died.
What the hell they talking to us, the deal? They just gotta grow up. How do it gotta grow up? What the grow up part
That's
is?
how he
AJ, what's the growing up part?
When the pawn mixes to the eighth rank, this is the only piece that can transform itself to anything it wants to be. No other piece can do that. Only a pawn.
And go all around the board?
And go all around the board.
No way.
That's the only way.
But they can't do that at first.
No.
Jerry over mad as a motherfucker. He was taking pieces that hard and shit. Where Mr. Wiggy go?
He bummed out.
He said, fuck.
He did.
And he run out of gas. He moves too fast. But they don't want to teach you. They think they God like that. They don't want to teach you though.
I see some of the
They
basics.
you a
though.
teacher. They just been, they ain't teaching. Bob Palmer. Knock this shit off. They see you got a whole bunch of shit going on, man. I don't understand.
I had some bases. I watched it for a couple games before.
The show on.
Where the music at, folks?
Show is on.
Oh, go ahead, dude.
The show is rolling.
Yeah, while we live in the barbershop, let's talk barbershop. One of the things we know the Bill Realty is known for is real estate. The real estate guy. I know there's another guy. He said he's a real estate man. But Rick and Bill, we here, we sponsor the show today. What's a good topic we want to discuss today, fellas?
Let's talk about our ability to buy, our credit worthiness, and how we get there. Let's talk about the 1974 Act put in by the Nixon administration as far as credit reporting agencies and how we use those to our advantage as a people.
So, one of the things we want to make sure, now this is what I preach, AJ. Just pay your bill, man.
Okay.
Stop creating more stuff. So, if we understand that we lenders are not borrowers, we shouldn't owe nobody anyway. We should own everything, right? So, we borrow because credit is needed in where we live, but we should be responsible with our credit. We shouldn't need a pardon. Now, granted, we get a pardon, we get a new start, but why is it we get a new start and then we got to start again? Because we haven't grown up from the new start, right?
So what you're saying is that we don't understand intergenerational wealth and how we pass those things down to our children, right? So if I get my credit right, I can help my family get their credit.
You know what's so sad is most people. Let me talk. The church is that most of my people in the church. What I'm finding is a bigger issue is we don't take care of paying our bills. We don't own nothing. We paying car notes, 2 and 3 of them. We got insurance. We don't own the car. And as soon as we own the car, you know what we do? We go to look at getting it fixed, and we come out with a new car. We're forever in debt, never getting out of the vicious circle. But we don't own a house. So we don't understand creating wealth is in equity.
So we're talking about our debt to income ratio. This is mathematics now.
Yeah, no doubt. But most people don't understand that continuing to pay rent is you never get ahead because you're paying into someone else's wealth.
You're creating wealth for somebody else.
That's it. Absolutely.
Right? So our parents and sometimes grandparents who owned the West Side back in the day understood
The value
of home ownership. So they bought the house for $15,500. They understood they needed to pay the house off and stay out of debt.
So, but what we want to teach this new era is never pay the house off, but let the house bring more wealth. Never pay the house off because you have equity.
And tax issue with what you bet on.
Yeah, but and then again, tax issues that people don't realize when you pay the house off, you stop paying anything, you forget you gotta still pay taxes. Because see, they put it into this impound account. But anyway, people back in the day didn't understand. They only understood the meaning of pay. I'm gonna just pay my house off instead of letting your house pay multi-stream income. You never get into multi-stream income. You know why? Because nobody taught it.
Right.
Nobody taught us multi-stream income. How to take equity out of your house right now and go get a fourplex and let the fourplex pay for itself. And 4 to 5 years later, pull the equity out of that, go get another fourplex, and now you're an investor in real estate. Your portfolio is growing in what? In equity wealth.
All right, so I got a question. So, since we haven't learned the financial lessons that our parents taught us, why does they become? The people who originally owned the West Side were relatively savvy because they didn't have a lot of debt and they owned their home.
They own their home.
They weren't renting. They owned their home.
Yep.
Right? So now that the children and grandchildren have really left the West Side, it's probably 50% or 60% Hispanic.
Right. Rightfully so, because we've given up our rights. I have some now back in 1895, my godmother's parents got 40 acres in a mule. Each of them got, so I got 80 acres in Mississippi. Now, they understood the value of farming the land, right? And reproducing, right? So what happens is when they died off, because we didn't learn how to reproduce, what happened to the land? It sold off to the white man, and what did he do? He took over where your parents left off.
Yes.
Because we weren't trained or we weren't smart enough, we didn't learn the method of keeping the thing going. The land ain't worth enough for me to sell, right? But it's been in the family for 100 years.
Right.
It ain't worth selling. I don't care how much debt I get in, it ain't worth selling.
It's not worth that.
Because it got too much longevity that I can't afford. I can't afford to let that go. Why? What am I gonna get from it?
Okay, so our parents understood clearly that education was vastly important.
They understood it, but they didn't receive it. Remember, because my grandparents didn't. They third grade high as they went. Right? But they were smart enough to understand. Oh,
that's what we need.
That's what we need. We need to
Right,
have
so-
our own. Right.
So our problem is that we haven't come to understand that or use it to our advantage. Okay, so now let's walk back to 1974. Nixon takes the country off the gold standard. He creates the Fair Credit Reporting Act. 1974 created Equifax, TransUnion, and Equifax, TransUnion,
Experience.
and Experience.
Yeah.
Right. So the three report reporting agencies to tell the
Creditworthiness.
creditworthiness, but also but telling the banking industry how worthy you are to receive financial back, right? So those things tell us how. It tells you got a 700 FICO score. It tells me that you're good at paying your bills. That I can give you X predicated on how much you make. I can give you X and not sweat it.
Right.
When I have a 500 FICO score, it tells me I'm never giving you any money.
Well, here's the deal now. I'm going to give you money at 5, but I'm going to charge you high interest rate.
I'm gonna charge you a high
right? Because you're a higher risk. So I can get you a house with a 560 credit score. But guess what? Your interest rate's going to be out the roof. But that's okay, because what I'm teaching us is get something is better than nothing at all.
I agree.
Right? So even though your credit not where it need to be, get something, refinance, pay down, learn to become responsible. What good credit score shows is being responsible. You're just being responsible. You're responsible enough to take care of the debt, because remember, banks don't want real estate. Banks want equity. They want equity, and equity is money. So they don't want. We had a big meeting with the banks in 08 and 09 when all the short sales and foreclosures. They said, we don't want to foreclose. We don't want the property back. We're not in real estate.
We're in the money business.
We're in the money business. We want interest, and because they couldn't get the interest, they had to do a short sale. But the investors do 6. The investors ended up writing off the debt And because we weren't being responsible, what happens with us? So now I'm teaching people, although you lost in the past, you can do it again. So 3 years that you've been out of real estate, you can get back in real estate.
Right.
With a medium 580 credit score.
585 credit score.
Get back in the game.
Is now employment after that. So you have to now you can have a 580 credit score and be able to get into a house, but now you have to have the income to pay that note.
Right. So basically, what they're saying is, if you can pay rent, you can pay a note. Because rent is high enough that it's median, it's equaling out to what a note is. Right? So the lender said, okay, so I just sold a home. What they had to end up doing was they had to have some reserves. They wanted 3 months of reserves. The bank said, okay, I'm gonna loan you this money, but I want to see 3 months of payments in the bank before we close. Because I know for 3 months you're gonna be all right. Right? That's what the bank, when you're high risk, right? So I'm getting you in. When you're high risk, the bank may say, we're gonna work with you because we see your payment history. Right? We see your payment history. We know you can do it.
So anywhere you live that you can show you in there.
Did I counteract? Okay, all day. Okay. Huh? Okay, 2 and 3. Okay. Did you pull already?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one. I
Okay,
just need
you
one.
go grab one.
I just need one.
I just giving up the information.
I'm back in the game. I just need one.
I
just need one. This right here look like fit in right there. Huh? What we got? You got that? Okay.
Where are these games at?
And what you got? You got 2. Alright.
Put DB by me right there, baby.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to. I don't want to know my point.
Yeah. We know I'm on the left, you on the right.
Okay.
Alright. So we understand the education piece is we can't do the same whole thing and expect to get different results, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got to change the mindset, and the mindset is that I need to own my own, because when I pay somebody's rent, I'm paying their mortgage,
You're keeping them wealthy.
I'm keeping them wealthy, and then they're getting equity. So when they go to the bank and say, hey, I've been paying my mortgage on time. Never mind, you've been paying this mortgage. It's been paid on time. You've been paying it. But they never say thank you, right? But they go to the bank and take out $150,000, and the mortgage payment went up $200.
Yeah.
But what did the landlord do to you? He went up on your rent $200, but he took $180,000 out of the house you live in. The payment went up $200. Guess who's paying it all?
Me.
You are.
You thought about the interest rate to be.
So at the end of the day, now what I'm telling landlords is, since you got a good tenant in your house, I'm selling solar. I'm selling solar now, right? Yeah. So because I'm selling solar now, you got a tenant paying the mortgage.
Yes.
Put the solar on the house and let them pay that too.
Right.
So now you got, because solar increases value.
Yes.
So now, since I got you as a tenant, and you, good tenant, thank you very much, right? So
For real.
I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna equal out your playing field with solar panels. So now your payment gonna be $150 a month for the next, however long you stay there. It's gonna be one flat rate.
Right.
But guess who gets the benefit of it? Having a unit, having the tax credit. Who's getting the benefit? In 25 years, you pay it off. I got a man right now paid for 10 years rented a house, and the lady said, I'm finna sell it. Guess what? When he looked at how much the house cost, he paid the ladies off, and she won't even sell it to him for what he could afford.
Right.
He under about $50,000. She won't eat 50, although he paid the house off. She won't reduce $50,000, but he paid off my mortgage. Huh? So go figure.
I got you.
Go figure.
Yeah, right.
Right? That's what we living at right now. That's what we doing.
Right.
That's what we
So,
doing.
all right. So let me walk back just a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're talking about owning a home as opposed to renting a home or leasing a home, and the importance of building generational wealth begins with the home.
Right.
Begins with the home.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
Now let's talk about us in Las Vegas. What mistakes have we made over the past 50 years in regards to home ownership, or not following the examples that our parents set?
So one of the things is we've fallen in love with looking good.
Us.
We've fallen in love with driving pretty. So we rather drive pretty and park it on the carport in an apartment so that we can wear the Gucci socks and we can wear the Gucci belts, right? Because as long as we got a nice car and we got some jewelry, right, we flossing. But we don't own nothing.
We don't own it.
We never own it, right?
We don't own
and
nothing.
And at the end of the day, we look good, but because we didn't learn from what our parents have done, we end up going through a cycle of paying somebody else's wealth. So until we understand that wealth is created by, this is the question I asked on the radio. Do you own the space your pillow is that you lie your head on at night?
No, they don't.
So then if we don't, then how we make that change? What do we do to begin to change?
Who is the person that make the change? Who is the person?
You. It's you. So first thing, let's talk about credit. AJ brought it up. Where's the credit at? What's my credit? The Credit Act said, based on a man's credit, determines on how much you can get. Well, no, it doesn't determine how much you can get. It determines if you can get it. Determine how much you can get is your DTI.
That part.
The debt to income ratio is going to determine how much you can afford. So okay, your credit bad, but how bad is it?
Really
That's the question.
bad sometimes.
Well, I've had people come in my office, walk in, and say, "Hey, do you help with rentals?" I said, "First, before we rent, let's go talk to the lender and see what your credit is." I've had people walk in, didn't know they could buy a house.
Didn't even know.
Didn't know. Guess
That's
what they
how I
end up
am.
doing? They in a home today.
That's how I am.
And that's how DeVille Realty has grown, because these new home builders you see,
They coming.
they made a ton because people hear us talk about home ownership. They walked into the new homeowner without me. I didn't make money on a lot of new homes, but the fact that I encourage people to go knock on the door and try, right? We motivated you to at least try, and if you did
These
make it,
people staying in the home.
these are people who, so they were to walk up to the new home builder, get into home ownership, only because they heard the fact you could possibly own a home.
Okay.
So these new home builders, they walk in there, they don't call me. I say, look, call me. Let me get paid. Because they don't know. You walk into a new home builder, the price for the commission, guess where it's at? In the price of the house.
Yes, it is.
It's in the price of the house. So if you don't let me get the $15,000, you're gonna pay it to
Somebody else.
well, not really that. You're paying it in the mortgage. Because it's added to the price of the house.
Yeah, but my point is,
Yeah.
so when we talk about going to buy a house, and when we don't buy with us, we're giving our money away
Anyway, because it's in the price of the house.
It's in the price of the house. So if I buy a house for $300,000,
Yeah.
that 3% is going to somebody.
Well, it's going back to the builder.
That's my point.
Because he
Going
put
to
that
somebody.
he put that $15,000 in the price of the house. So he added how much lumber, how much it cost to build it, how much for the plumbing, how much for the electrical, how much.
Oh,
for
so
the roofing.
everybody get paid.
And everybody get paid because he got to build it.
Oh, so
and then he
everybody
said,
get paid.
so he says, and the commission is going to be $15,000. We're going to put that in there, right? How much is the foundation? Everybody's bill cost is in there. And then when you walk up without the realtor, he gets to keep that 15, because he's giving the man, the agent at the front door. See, they getting a flat rate. They get like a 1%.
We're gonna take a small commercial break, and DB's gonna tell us the name of the shop and the address.
Yes, sir.
Sounds
This
good.
1830 North Martin Luther King. This is Close Cutters. See y'all in a minute. By Vegas Ringtone.
Back to Ville T.
That was a break?
That was a break.
We back here.
We back live.
We're talking about the wealth
It's
of
on
home
you.
ownership. Okay. Deuce tray 6?
Yeah.
Deuce tray 6. I need one. Nope, that ain't the one.
Yes.
No, that ain't the one. What'd you do to Domino's?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
All right.
Yatta! Who we got over here? Ain't got nothing money with coming?
So well, right? All right, so we're on wealth. So now we got to talk about the difference between being wealthy and being rich. Because there's a difference. What's the difference from a real estate perspective?
So wealthy in the sense of being rich. Rich in a sense is really just financial, just rich financially. But people can be rich in the mind. If you're comfortable with where you are, everybody don't have to have $1 million to be rich, right?
It's true.
It's a mindset. It's where your comfortability is in life.
It's a mindset.
Some people comfortable with being able to golf every week.
Yes.
Right? If I could just afford to golf at least once a week, because I understand it's pricey to golf. right? I don't golf, but whatever it costs, there's a price. Some people comfortable with having a house and just pay it off. And I know somebody right now got so much equity in the home, they refuse to invest it. You know why? Because they're rich where they are. So rich is a mindset. It's not always financial.
So there are some people are more risk takers than others, right?
Yeah,
So some people have a house and they're comfortable in their house and they have equity in their house. Their mindset is, I'm not gonna build wealth. I'm okay.
I'm wealthy.
I'm okay. I'll die and I'll be okay.
Yeah, but to them, that's what they saw. They saw their parents pay the house off.
Yes.
So they said, my mom and daddy paid the house, and they live comfortably.
So what you're saying is they have not evolved.
So again, they have not stretched.
They have not evolved.
Yeah, they didn't stretch outside of what the norm is. Just pay the house off. We're comfortable with just paying the house off. In my mindset, I'm like, man, you got equity in the house, and you just gonna let it sit there? When you could multiply with residual income, but everybody's not a risk taker.
Everybody's not a risk taker.
That's why you got more people working 9 to 5 versus an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a risk taker. Everybody knows risk. You gonna do me? Just keep the same thing going.
So now we're talking about now our conversation is about how to build intergenerational wealth. When you don't take risks, you're not going to build intergenerational. You're not. That's not going to happen. Right? If I'm living on if I pay my house off, that is not enough income to change the lives of my children.
So now keep in mind, people have felt that they've sent their kids through college and they've done all that they need to do and pay the house off, and that's life. But to the man who sees more to my investment, because real estate is an investment. Really?
What is it?
Really? That's how you creeping up on me?
What is it?
Yeah, it's an investment. DB, he's slipping on me over here. That's when I think I got something to play. He done ran up on something else. Chasing deuces. Okay, I see you. Okay. All right. That's how you doing.
Okay. So I tell my friends all the time, you don't know how broke you are until you get $1 million.
Yeah.
For real.
What you?
For real.
I'm letting that sink in.
Oh yeah.
How broke
for
you
real.
are.
You don't know how. You
Until
don't
you
Till you
realize
get $1 million. Till
how
you get
broke
$1
you are.
million.
Till you
Yeah.
get $1 million.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's
But
all
you
it
know
is.
what?
The preacher
But-
spend $1 million.
Come on.
But wait a minute. Now,
My father taught me. My father taught me. He said, "You don't know if you're still $1 million until you have a chance to steal $1 million."
yeah. So I mean, okay. But I'm thinking,
You gotta get a chance to steal it.
When you got $1 million sitting like that, you gotta try that nigga.
Watch how much you finna pull.